everyone, it's Jael and welcome back to my channel. So today is April 7th, probably not the same day that I'm going to upload this. And if you've been following my channel for a while now, you know that today marks my 1-year Big Chop anniversary. So today we're just going to kind of reflect over the last year and just kind of talk about my channel just in general. This year has just, it's flown by, honestly. Like, I woke up today and was like, oh my god, it's been a year. I should probably do a video. This will probably be my last, like, hair update since, you know, I'm a whole year in now. It's not really something I'm brand spanking new to, but this will be kind of like my last, like, hair update, just because, you know, you guys will be able to follow my journey as I do more videos for my channel. But let's just go ahead, let's start from the beginning. Let's kind of go back to last year. So we're looking at April 7th of 2018. If you were part of my channel before, it kind of veered off into this whole natural hair journey. My channel originally started as a Korean skincare and Korean makeup channel. That's just kind of like what I was into at the time, and I won't talk a whole lot about it just because I've already gone over a lot of this in my all about my hair videos and then like my Big Chop videos, so I won't go too much. But my channel wasn't originally designed to document or had anything, it just didn't have anything to do with natural hair. It was strictly going to be just like a beauty channel that revolved around skincare and makeup. I had actually been wanting to Big Chop again. It wasn't the first time I had gone natural, I just had never stayed natural. It was always, I'm going to cut it off so that I can go back into a relaxer so that my hair will be healthier the next go around, right? This time around I had been wanting to. The last time I had gone natural was right around the time Tyler and I started dating, so a couple months prior to that. So about four and a half years ago. And I only made it to about 11 months before I relaxed my hair again. And so with this time I was just like, you know, hey, I had gotten back from a trip from Australia. I was visiting my best friend, and my scalp was just terrible the whole time. I had scabs, it was itchy, it was starting to break off. The whole crown of my head was like maybe this long compared to the rest of my hair, which was just about above my collarbone. I was done with it. I didn't want it anymore. I didn't like that the whole time that I was in Australia, I was so concerned with my hair and my scalp and and just going anywhere in general, with like traveling, going to work, just being out of the house. Like, it felt like everything revolved around my hair. It couldn't just be itself. I always had to like make sure it was slick and down, or it didn't look too greasy, or it didn't, you know, it flowed enough. And I think people kind of underestimate how, maybe just coming from a biracial person's perspective, how trying to force my hair to look a way it wasn't supposed to, or trying to force it into something it wasn't, was actually feeding into like this sort of identity crisis. And I've said this before, you know, I didn't know what it was like to really be me. I was like, you know, I'm proud to be biracial. Are you? Was I really, really proud of like myself when I was like constantly hiding myself? And you know, like I've stated before, black women, we do this all the time. We do it so that we can just navigate through society safely. It's like, I just want to get by with no troubles. I don't want to garner any attention. And unfortunately, when you have hair, like especially type 4 hair, it does tend to garner a lot of attention. And because of treatments in my past, I think I was afraid to wear my natural hair, because then it would be easier for people to be like, oh, she's black, and use that against me. And you start to come to terms with these things as you get older, and you start to realize why you did certain things as a kid or as a teenager, just, you know, in your past in general. I kind of have started this whole, like, maybe it's like a mid-20s like crisis. I don't know what you would call it. It's not really a midlife crisis because I'm only 25. But I think it's part of just becoming an adult. You're like, you know what? I don't care what other people think. I'm just gonna be me, and I'm gonna learn to love myself, and I'm gonna learn to accept that and to get to know it better. What has happened over the last year? So my natural hair journey it will probably be a little bit different than other people's, only because mine has been broadcasted on the internet the entire year that I've been on this. You guys know my family's reactions. You know, my sister loves it, totally supportive. My boyfriend, totally supportive. I haven't really discussed too much about like your guys' reactions or what the internet's reaction has been like. The video just took off way more than I thought. And you know, I had good comments and I had bad comments. But again, I'm not stupid and I'm not ignorant, and I already kind of had an idea of what my natural hair looked like. I knew I knew from the get-go I had type 4 hair. And I know how the world generally perceives type 4 hair or kinky hair types. And it's not always the most positive, and I definitely got some super troll keyboard warrior comments where I was like, stop gassing up this light-skinned girl, or stop gassing up this girl just because she's type 4 hair but has light skin. I had a lot of comments where people didn't believe I was even black. They thought I was pulling a Rachel Dolezal on all you guys and just sporting a wig, which, by the way, if it was a wig, I'm gonna let you know right now, I would not be dragging this thing in the shower. I had a lot of people who didn't necessarily believe I wasn't black. They didn't believe I was half black. They used the term octoroon, which I believe means you're only an eighth black. It's not true, obviously. But I don't want to focus on like the bad comments. Like, this is the internet. If you don't have any troll comments, you're probably not using the internet right. Let's talk about the positive reaction, because that has been what has gotten me here to today, where I am now speaking to you about my hair a year later. The amount of support has been absolutely mind-blowing, and you guys know I've pretty much cried my eyes out probably like 2 or 3 times now on camera talking about the amount of support just over the last year, the amount of, you know, DMs I get on Instagram, the amount of messages I was getting on Facebook, and just reading your comments. Like, it's allowed me to release some of the anxieties that I had about becoming part of the natural hair community, about putting myself out there in a community that is mostly for full black women. I wasn't sure how I was going to be perceived coming into the type 4 natural hair community as a biracial person. Because here's the other thing about YouTube and the internet in general. Anybody can make a video, right? Which means you don't only have good people within communities, you have bad people, or people who are just trying to make a quick buck. You have people that are unfortunately becoming the face of a community when they can't accurately represent that community, or they do not accurately represent that community. They rub it off in the wrong way. They shine a bad light on it. And you know, I knew that coming into it looking the way that I do, that I very much had to prove myself as an ally, not just to the natural hair community, but also to dark-skinned black women who are a part of this community who have type 4 hair. But besides, like, I still feel like you said, like, my channel's still very new, and my channel is still kind of like finding its way in the natural hair community. But you know, hey, I'm here. I can only represent myself. I'm just, I'm gonna say it out loud because I know that a lot of people probably need to hear that, and I feel like more. If you are a light-skinned black woman or a light-skinned biracial woman, I think that a lot of dark-skinned black women need to hear, I am your ally, and I am not here to replace you. I am not here to represent you because I can't. All I'm here for is to represent biracial black women who were born with type 4 hair. That's all I'm here for. I can only represent myself and people who look like me. Oh, this is what I wanted to also talk about was, I know a lot of people are like, when are you gonna do braids? When are you gonna do the protective styles? For me, I really just wanted to get through a whole solid year of just wearing my afro, getting to know my natural hair as it is, what it truly looks like. This whole year, I didn't want to do any sort of like crazy manipulation. Granted, we did the 2-strand twist, we did the braid outs, but I didn't want to do anything more than that. This whole year was just about getting to know me as me. What I really look like, what my hair really looks like, getting to know what kind of products it likes, what kind of routine it likes. And, you know, I had to get comfortable with square one of being natural, which was just dealing with it, how it comes out of your head. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's another mistake that a lot of naturals make, is they go right into box braid. They go right into their protective styles. They go right into wigs, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I have absolutely no problems with that. But I feel like if you're somebody who's on a journey to learn to love your natural hair as it is, or just to learn about your natural hair, I feel like it's super important for at least the full, like, go one whole full year. That's all I'm asking. Your very first year, don't hot chick, just leave it alone, man. Let it do its thing. It'll be fine, I promise you. Now that we've hit a year, I'm like, okay, now I feel comfortable. Let's get into protective styles. Let's do some braids. Let's do some other things. So for those that have been asking about that we can finally start getting into that stuff. It's just, this was a very crucial time in my natural hair journey. I feel like the first year is a crucial time in anybody's natural hair journey. And now that I finally have met that goal, we can kind of take things to the next level. Let's talk about self-confidence. Totally different. I don't feel nearly as self-conscious. Like, dude, I can go outside, sport my afro, no makeup, baggy sweatpants. I feel more confident doing that than I did even getting all glammed out with my relaxed hair. It changes you. I tell you, once don't worry about the confidence thing. It'll come, trust me. Like, anytime you do anything major, like, of course you're gonna be like, yeah, I don't know, I gotta learn how to work with it. Like, that's just life, man. You gotta roll with the punches. You gotta kind of figure out how it works, you know, how things work for you. And that was kind of part of this year too. It was like, you know, I've essentially changed my entire aesthetic just by cutting off my relaxed hair. It's also been adjusting to this whole new aesthetic that I am now working with. I had been used to looking a certain way my whole life, which was, you know, the crusty ass, relaxed, broken hair. Like, that's just what I had dealt with straight hair. And now I'm learning how to style myself, and like I don't wear nearly as much makeup. Just going natural and dealing with the curly hair has, like, it's affected how I dress. Like, I don't feel like I have to go all out so often. I kind of just let myself naturally kind of just be here. Just kind of, I've been working with what I naturally have more often. So that's how this journey has kind of like changed, like how I style myself and my whole aesthetic and whatnot. As for how I'm treated by other people, I mean, I've noticed that people don't talk to me as often. People avoid me now. People don't tend to not look me in the eye as much, which I found quite odd. I do, as my hair has gotten longer now, now it's been a year, my hair is much longer. Now I'm starting to get the, oh, I like your hair, or, oh, your hair is cool. So it's becoming more frequent now that it's getting longer, which is something I think I had even guessed was gonna happen. I was like, you know, hey, it's probably just because my hair is short, but I was like, didn't get a single compliment or even an acknowledgement before. But that's something that I feel like a lot of us with curly hair, or especially type 4 hair, it doesn't really get the recognition that it deserves until it starts to grow out, which is sad. Going natural has now opened up new conversations. Specifically, a lot of people want to start talking about their curly hair now. I also notice how it's funny how people change how they talk about their own hair when they see mine. They're like, oh yeah, my hair is so nappy. And I'm like, you need to stop. I'm gonna stop you like right there. Your hair is not nappy. I mean, if you want to call it nappy, that's fine. Just don't call my shit nappy. It is really annoying how people are like, oh yeah, my hair is so curly. It's super curly. And I'm like, you're white as f***. What are you talking about? The natural hair movement, now everybody wants to be a part of it, which is great. I'm all for that. But it is annoying how it's like, you know, this shit was for black women, right? Nobody really discriminated against your hair type, right? Like, it's like, it's getting skewed, and it's annoying, but I already knew that going into this. Like, anytime black people do something, everybody else wants to fucking do it. Like, I'm not surprised by that at all. Reading all of your stories and just seeing, like, even, like I was talking about, I just getting messages, people like, you know, I did my big chop because of you, or, you know, you've taught me how to love my own hair, and now I rock my afro, and like, it's just like, I don't have words to explain that, and I'm gonna try really hard to not talk too much about it because I don't want to cry, and I talk about it in like every other freaking video about how amazing my subscribers are. I hate saying just subscribers. Like, I feel like the word supporters is like a much more, it's a better word. That's what you guys are. You're my supporters, you're my uplifters. You guys are literally like the base on which this channel is built on, and it will continue to be built on, like, obviously. And that was my hopes with the natural hair journey, and it has skyrocketed beyond belief. It honestly didn't take a whole lot of like convincing or like thinking. So but I've been brainstorming. Every 20,000, I'm deciding whether I want to do it every 10,000 or every 20,000. For every 10 to 20,000 subscribers that I get, up until I hit 100,000 subscribers, I will buy one of you a product line. So as of April 7th of 2019, I I have 16,073 subscribers. So once we hit the 20,000 subscriber mark, I will pick a subscriber at random. So at 20,000, 40, 60, 80, and then 100, we will do a giveaway hair care kit, a hair care line you've wanted, doesn't matter. As long as that shit's like under 80 bucks, I'm totally fine. That's something that I want to do for you guys, and then at, of course, 100,000 subscribers, we'll do something even crazier. I don't even know yet. So we got like 4,000 more subscribers till we're there. I don't want to drag this video out too long. You guys have been following this whole year, so you guys kind of already have an idea what the journey has been like. I'm excited to see where my channel goes from here. We're starting to, it'll be 2 years in August that I've been on YouTube. I think that's absolutely insane. As for YouTube goals, I mean, hey, like I said, we'll do the 20,000 subscriber giveaways and kind of see where that takes the channel. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. It also, doing the big chop motivated me to do my hair group. As you guys know, I've shared with you plenty of times, and I share the link always down in my description. It's my Natural Hair Type 4 group on Facebook. Oh my gosh, we're at like 1,800 members now for that. Like, that's so crazy. I'm hoping to do a little bit more with that group too, get a little more activity going on in there since it's had some time now to start, now it's starting to pick up, more people are joining and contributing, and it's starting to actually become something, and I'm really excited for that as well. Whether you're new to the natural hair community or you haven't done your big chop yet, but it's something, just join. You have our support there. Come, share pictures of your hair, share your current routine, ask your questions. So we're already in April, so kind of what are my plans, I guess, for the rest of this year. I think I said by the end of the year I'd like to be at 50,000. We'll see how that goes. As a Facebook group, I take that honestly a day at a time. I really wanted to finish doing some video topics that I had wanted to do last year that I didn't get to do. So again, the aloe vera series. I think mostly just the aloe vera series, and then starting to get into the braiding. So that'll probably be what goes on through the spring and summer. So yeah, I feel like I'm kind of rambling now. I feel like I've kind of said everything that I have to say. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button down below. Once again, thank you guys so much for all of your support up until now and in the future. But with that said, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.